more than your return on investment, you have to make relationships. If you can't talk to people, how are you going to make a relationship with them?
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Connections That Matter. My name is Andrew Johnson, and I love having conversations with Northern Colorado's best networkers. My guest today, Richard Ross from Ross Professional Accounting and Tax. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Hey, no sweat. Glad to be here.
Well, some people know you from way back, Richard, right? Back in the DJ days.
I was a DJ for 41 years.
41 years.
Yeah.
You've seen some things. You create some energy.
Man, I could tell you so many stories. We don't have time.
But I do want to get it. There is a good story in there of what that did and how you transitioned to your current role. So, and I think it's really relatable as an origin story, your business, of how you got to where you currently are. But take us into that transition and how it led to you being a great tax professional.
I was a DJ for 41 years, and in the process of doing that, and when I say 41 years, I mean like I have a gig next in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still doing it, but not as often. I don't want to. I was getting tired of the hours, right?
Sure.
I have 2 kids. I love them. I want to spend all my time with them, but it's separating me from my family. And so it was time to get out. My mother had told me that it would be a good idea for me to be a bookkeeper. So I figured I'd get into that first. And when I was in school, I had a problem with some taxes that happened, and I decided that was the route that I was going to go to. That was 14 years ago.
And you are a tax expert,
Yes,
from
sir.
what I understand. So
Yeah.
share the difference for those who don't know, the difference between like a CPA, an enrolled agent, or just a traditional bookkeeper.
So, a bookkeeper is somebody, they keep your books, they work with your bank account, they make sure that, the money that you're spending is being accounted for, right? CPA gets more into other areas of compliance and things like that. And some CPAs do taxes and some CPAs don't. The certified public accountant part comes in. You have to have one if you are a publicly traded company.
Sure.
Right? If you're not publicly traded, you don't necessarily have to have a certified public accountant. An enrolled agent is the highest certification or the highest designation, they say, that the IRS gives to a civilian, meaning you have to pass all these exams that are strictly based on taxes, right? And that goes over business, individual, and compliance. So when you deal with a CPA and they're doing your taxes, 80% of the time what happens is you walk into their office, you hand them all your paperwork, you walk out of the office, they grab your paperwork, turn around to an enrolled agent, hand it to them,
interesting.
right, and have them do it all. Then they hand it back, and then they call you up and they give it back to you. So cut out the middleman and just go straight to an enrolled agent.
That's good advice. What a lot of business owners, first of the year is Q1 2026. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about taxes. Mm-hmm. Maybe they've even thought they had a handle on taxes, and then the government will pass a bill, and
Right.
there's no tax on tips potentially now, or different depreciation things that are happening. But regardless, it's always changing, right? Different administrations.
It's always changing, and I got to do 24 hours of CPE every year.
So you're on top of it. Yeah.
Yes, in order to keep my designation. So, if you're planning, or if you're worried about what's going on in taxes by the first quarter of the year, the new year, you're already behind the curve.
I'm feeling confronted right now, Richard. Yeah, right.
I'm just saying you wanna keep up with your tax person throughout the year. Sometimes it's good to just let them do what they do, because they're gonna handle all the stuff. You go spend the money, work on the business. I'm sure you've heard work on your business, not in your business. So do what you are good at. and then have somebody else do what they're good at, delegate.
We talk about the DJ and the hours. From what I know about tax time, is there's a lot of deadlines, and I imagine you're pretty busy this time of year.
I'm pretty fast too, though.
And you're pretty fast. Okay, how do you? Yeah, especially if that's what you do. I mean, you can work through some stuff, but how do you manage the ebbs and flow of like April 15th, October 15th, different deadlines that people have to stay in front of?
By the time you get to like April, the beginning of April, anybody who is coming in then is coming in for an extension. And I have a saying, if you don't have your act together by April 15th, you probably won't have your act together by October 15th.
Just kicking the can down, right?
Right. You just, I can do it later. And then, so I try and keep up on my clients even after the 15th. I'm calling them and saying, look, we've got you an extension. Let's get your taxes filed. And they'll come, a lot of them will come all the way up to the 15th of October with that extension. What a lot of people don't know, and I'm glad that we're getting this opportunity to tell them, is that just because you get an extension to file doesn't mean that you have an extension to pay.
Sure.
Right? So you're going to start getting penalties as soon as it's not coming in. Right? But I try and schedule my clients in before April and just keep on them. Just keep on them all the time. Give me this information. If I've got all the information, it's coming back to you quick.
Sure.
So.
In business owners, sometimes we have complicated tax situations.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
To an extent. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Sure.
Right. And so with business owners, you're dealing with a different kind of person. And I've had a bunch of businesses, so I know how to talk to those people, and I know how to speak their language, and I know how to lean on them like they can, because it comes down to somebody's going to hold you accountable. I'll do that for you, right? Mm-hmm. That's my favor to you, is to make sure that you are understanding that this deadline's coming up, this thing's coming up. Okay, I can give you a little bit more time, but usually if you're with me from end to end, I've got you taken care of. You're not going to be the guy who's telling me in the middle of the year that, I really should have done this. It's
sure.
Like, well, I already told you that in January.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
Coach us up.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, your insight into the business owners, because you're looking at their returns or their books, you have a unique perspective. What are a couple of quick wins that a business owner could do that would make themselves more successful or save themselves some money on their returns?
First off, hire a bookkeeper. That's the first thing. Don't get your wife to do it. Mm-hmm. That'll create problems in your marriage. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Don't try and do it yourself. What's your time worth? We all do this because we want to spend time with our families. We want to have we want to have money to go enjoy. Get a bookkeeper. That's the first thing. That will save you time, and time is money. Second thing, keep track of your miles. It's 72.5 cents a mile right now.
Wow.
For a deduction, right? So that's probably going to be one of the biggest deductions that you get. And having a professional delegating that out to somebody else, it seems like you can't afford it. But usually if you're so small that it's easy, a bookkeeper is going to work with you and it's not going to cost you much, except time and money. And spend your money in the right places.
Is there any apps you recommend for the mileage, or is it pen and paper?
No.
Okay.
Don't do pen and paper. There's an app that I was turned on to by one of my clients called Mile IQ.
Okay.
And it's so easy. You load it into your phone, and you swipe one way, you're going personal. You swipe the other way, you're going business miles.
Interesting.
And it's just like that
Quick.
at the end of the month. First of the year, always write down your mileage, right? First of the year. First thing you do. Happy New Year.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the small, easy things that will keep you ahead of the game. And I always tell my clients it's easier to keep up than catch up. Don't put it off. Just get somebody else to do it. Then it's their responsibility to have you caught up all the time.
Let's talk about networking.
Okay, great.
Because you've been in the networking scene, you built some relationships. I guess talk to me about your networking philosophy and some of your methods for success.
I believe that you have to get over the shyness immediately. If you're going to network with people, and you go to networking events, walk in like you already know everybody.
Well, I imagine your role as a DJ helps with that too. So unpack that for me a little bit. Like, because what if I'm a shy, nervous person, Richard? I can't just give that up.
Pretend.
Okay. Oh, that's
Pretend.
good. Yeah.
If you are a shy and nervous person, it's okay to be shy and nervous, just not right now. So pretend that you're not that person. Pull a mask out of your drawers and decide this is who I'm going to be, and make sure that you talk to people when you go there, because otherwise, what are you doing? And it's important to follow up with people, and it's important to keep your name and your face in front of people as much as possible.
Yeah.
So when you join a networking group, you want to make sure you go all the time.
Good.
It's, how are you going to get your return on investment? But more than your return on investment, you have to make relationships. If you can't talk to people, how are you going to make a relationship with them? And you'd be surprised. I met a guy last networking in action, last networking in action that we did. I met a guy at the table. We barely talked. We went and had lunch, and we get along famously. Like I want to hang out with this guy all the time if I can.
Very cool.
So it's you go there to make the relationships, go there to meet people and make friends. And if they see you as a friend, of course they're going to refer you. Don't walk into a room and think that you're going to get 100 referrals when you walk in. You got 100 people in the room. They're all going to, everybody needs taxes, but that doesn't mean that everybody doesn't already have a tax guy.
Sure. How many people I see like the people in the Statue of Liberty things, or you go by Walmart, there's a kiosk, there's a lot of that stuff where they just, no relationship, but they're doing the taxes. But talking to you absolutely build relationships with your clients, or you'll even grow with the business when they file their returns, when they're a solopreneur, then they have small employees, and then they grow.
Exactly.
How important do you think it is that you actually have a relationship with your tax professional?
Invaluable. I would say the people that I'm looking for are the people that they need more than what they're going to get from H&R Block or Liberty Tax or Jackson Hewitt, right? But they can't afford the bigger name companies, and so I kind of get this little sweet spot right in the middle where you're just starting out or whatever. And when when somebody's birthday is and you send them a card in the middle of the year, they think about that and go, oh, that's my tax guy. When you walking down the street and you see him, hey, what's going on? That's my tax guy. So be the personality where they feel better about what they're doing, and they're doing it with you, because I've got a different kind of personality than most tax people have. Right?
Oh, I was going to mention, but you're definitely, you put the room, people remember your name, whereas a lot of people like to just be on the computer or type it in. They're more reserved.
And they should come work for me. I'll do the rest.
Okay.
Right? Honestly, it's just having that kind of personality. People like that. And I have a client who is a clinical psychologist. And every time he gets me on the phone, he's like, man, you make me feel so much better. You make me feel so much calmer about this situation. And we always get it taken care of. You call H&R Block, you're freaking out. They're like, okay, we'll fill out this paper. See you next year. That's just the wrong way to be.
So as you grow, you collect people, but networking, what is some of your strategy? Who are you trying to network with to continue to gain clients or to?
I want small businesses, solopreneurs, and individuals, because I can do individuals, but usually you really want somebody that's like they're just starting off. I'm just starting to do this. I'm not sure which direction I should go in. I don't know how to get this done. I don't know how to should I do an S corp right now? Should I do it later? I mean,
Good questions, yeah.
those things are important in the beginning of your business. So you come to me. I lead you down the right path so you don't make a bunch of mistakes. And, those are the people I want. And you build that relationship,
Yeah.
And then hopefully 10 years down the road, you've got a chain of whatever it is that you do. You've got over 100 employees and you're making a lot of money. And I'm the guy that's watched you grow the whole time.
Yeah. You were part of that success team because they're actually focusing on the business. Very cool. Take me through one of the persons you went out and you networked, and now you're generating referrals, you're sending business back and forth. I'm curious how you develop those referral relationships and what you do to support those.
Nanaska.
Okay, tell me about Nanaska.
Mallory. She and I met at a networking event a couple of years ago, right? We were both guests of this networking group that no longer exists. And she came to me for her taxes, and now, I got her an office around the corner from me, so we're in the same building. We sit down, we talk about stuff. She comes to me for advice on all that. It's kind of like having a niece in the building.
Okay.
And, we've developed this relationship where she's a really good advocate of me. And I'm always looking for somebody that's needs her services.
Yeah.
And so, we're a couple of years in. I do her whole family's taxes, not just hers, but her mother's and her brother. And,
Well, shout out to Nanaska, former Connections That Matter podcast. And, she, it's funny because when I talk to her, she says the same thing about you. I love that about the referral relationships is it's mutual. You guys have a mutual appreciation of each other. And, out of all the ones that I would thought of as an enrolled agent, cleaning, maybe you wouldn't think of it as the main referral partner, but it's interesting how even across industries, somebody could be a huge advocate.
She was cleaning some lady's house a while ago. She ended up talking to this lady about me. I'm getting ready to do a presentation for seniors in February with this real estate agent, all off of just, referrals that go down the line. So
really cool.
It's you never know who is going to be the perfect person. You think in your head that I'm an accountant, I'm an enrolled agent, I do taxes. That would mean that I need people that are in the finance industry.
Right.
Most of the guys that are in the finance industry aren't always a good fit for me. There's a different kind of shark there. And sometimes it's the people outside of that. I've got clients that are property managers that send people to me. I've got clients that are mechanics that send people to me, carpet guys that do that, windows, So it's just be the person that makes the relationship, and then you'll see that they come from you. So it's good stuff.
Really good. Well, maybe somebody is looking at this episode and be like, I still haven't filed. I need to hire Richard. Or they want to network with an enrolled agent because you're in high demand. Every networking room I see you, they're seeking out a tax professional. How can people get a hold of you? And what's the best way to get on your calendar?
Well, my phone number, 970-852-0990. My website, www.rossprofessionaltax.com. You can catch me at Instagram with Ross Pro Tax Guy. That's
right on.
That's another one. Let me see. Facebook, Ross Professional. So I'm out there.
Come network with you. Yeah. We'll link all your contact information on social media as well when the podcasts come in. But no, I think that my biggest takeaway, Richard, was having a relationship with people who are supporting your business. How important that is. It's really good.
One thing I want to say.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned people that haven't done their taxes in a while, right? 1 in 16 people have a tax problem with the IRS.
Really?
So do not, you've had people on your podcast, I will not out them, that have horrendous tax problems right now.
Okay.
Right? I'm actually helping them.
Okay.
But it's important to know that you're not alone. You're not the only person this has happened to, and it's not as scary as you think it is. They don't want all your stuff. They just want their money.
Yeah.
So I always say your taxes don't have to be taxing.
Oh, I like that. That's a good takeaway. Well, we'll end on that, Richard. Thanks so much for coming on Connections That Matter, and we'll see you around the Northern Colorado networking events.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Hey all, thanks for watching. I love networking and building relationships with other Northern Colorado business leaders. So if you want to come meet some of these podcast guests, meet me, or meet some other amazing entrepreneurs in Northern Colorado, I would love to have you attend one of our next events. Go in the podcast description. There's a ways that you can see our upcoming schedule, and maybe you could be a future podcast guest as well. Thanks.